Shalom. So as we know, it's dedication, can? So at sundown today is the second day of Tabernacle. Can? So we give all the glory and praise to the Most High for our next feast day. Everything is moving up, brothers and sisters. So our best interest to always do the right thing. Because as the scripture said, no man know the time, no man know the hour. As the YAHAWAH said, it shall be weeping, it shall be mourning, and it shall be gnashing of teeth. So make sure we don't be part of that, although a lot of us will die. A lot. Understand me? Especially when you know the word, because the Most High said, we're going to be judged in that aspect. Who's going to be there? Okay, I thought you were already. Now we're going to be judged in that aspect in terms of we know what is right from what is wrong. Understand me? And then for many times the Most I show you, whenever you step outside, whatever done in darkness shall be surely come to what? And what season are we in? Aren't we in the face of light? In that season. Huh? So the mere fact we're in that season, we have to represent the light and the earth. So just like the word Hanukkah means to dedicate. What did we dedicate to the Most High then? The temple. Just imagine that. How much people died? When the Greek came into our land, and the Greek decided to oppress us, bring him. Hey, bring him. Where's my kid? Hey, come. Come. Sit. When the Greek came, and the Greek decided, said, what they're going to do, they're going to remove us from our land. And by them removing us from our land, they said, everything that they have as righteousness, we want to tear it down. You have some man, Maccabees, just 5 brothers of them, a father and his sons. They said, we will not stand for this. And they stand up against the Greek army. And just like the Most High said, when you're doing what you're supposed to do, they'll send our man to you. So at the end of that, the Most High started to send the revolutionary. There's 2 types of man in the world. The weak man and the revolutionary. So the Most High started to send the revolutionary and they pitch a big army. And they could withstand the Greek. They could build back their temple. And they could say, this day, because dedication was really the law at the end of the cost. But nobody never highlighted it like the Maccabees did. So they said, this day we dedicate this to the Most High. And we're reading about them now. That's why I keep asking you, what have you ever dedicated? What year was that rebellion start, man? I went through it last year. Actually, yeah, what year did it start? What year did we build at the temple for God? So you see the problem is, this is supposed to be your temple. This is supposed to be your history. So I don't blame the white man not to teach it in school, because the white man not supposed to teach my history in school. You understand me? Because the scripture says, seek and you shall find. Knock on the door shall be open. So that's where we are now. Michaela, what year did the Maccabees build the second temple? Someone? That's it. It's 164 BC. Or BCE, before Christ entered. So if you don't know when the first temple built in Solomon time, you don't know when it was torn down. Sister Maya, understand, when was the temple torn down? That was the second time. The Romans stayed the temple down. The Romans was after the Greek. So who tear the first temple down? Aisha, who tear the first temple down? Zaman.
I only know of the 17.
Zaman.
What's here? Here. Here.
Which people tear the first temple down? Why? First temple. The Turks came after the Romans. The Turks put the Romans up. I never teach this still. I never teach this still. Let me see a friend who said I never teach this. Huh? It was Nebuchadnezzar. I teach it to you. Nebuchadnezzar killed the king of Israel. Lead us into captivity. I teach it like a month, maybe 2 months ago. Then Esdras, Nehemiah went back home and built it, and then the Romans tear it down 70 AD. The Maccabees never built it. They cleansed it and control it. Solomon built the first temple. Esdras and Nehemiah went there and built the second one. The Romans came, we have not had one since. So we have a sheet of paper here, right? So read from the Raj.
After this, the sons of Israel went up to the temple and rebuilt its gates, and purified the temple from the dead bodies and from the defilement.
So you see that? So they used to use the temple, they used to kill people. So the Greek tried whatever they can to make it unclean. So they used to keep their body there just like we have in churches today. Funerals and all that. You understand me? And defilement, they used to have pork sacrifice and all that stuff there. Right? Read on.
And they sought after pure olive. And they sought after pure olive oil to light the lamps therein.
So you see that? So when they purify the temple and cleanse it, they look for pure olive oil to light the menorah. If you notice, the menorah is over there because the breeze is blowing. And I use olive oil, frankincense, and like, Zerak, stand up for me, sir. Stand up. This is not vacation, or you stay home. Don't lean up, stand up straight. So you see, I use the pure oil to light it. And we use some candles too. You understand me? But I always have the pure oil to light my menorah. I always said nothing. Because it's my duty to have. I see even now, brothers and sisters don't even have a menorah in their house. And then I think about it and I look at it. We're in Africa. Most people never buy a Bible from their born here. You understand? You expect somebody to give you the word of God. You expect somebody to give you the articles of God. So by the end of this class, you'll see how blessed it is to have the ornaments of the Most High even in your house. Read on, sir.
And they sought after pure olive oil to light the lamps therein.
Read.
But could not find any.
But what?
But could not find any.
Read.
Except one bowl that was sealed with the signet ring of the high priest from the days of Samuel the prophet. And they knew that it was pure.
So look at this. They see some olive oil in a bottle from Samuel, please. So even before King David, and you have 20-something kings in Israel, right? How many years is that? Many years. And they said they saw the pure olive oil in a bottle from Samuel days. Because you have the signature of Samuel on it. Because what Samuel did with that oil? Bring it to the temple. Everybody have to dedicate something. Everybody have to bring something to the temple. So they find something that Samuel's bring, his initial was on it. This is my gift. Do you see that? Read on. Pull up the door, your park, and don't get up back. If you go outside, stay up there. And the AC is on and you are going to leave the door open. Read, sir.
There was in it enough oil to light the lamps therein for 1 day.
For what?
For 1 day.
So it was just enough because the menorah that we have was big. So like one bowl would take a bucket. So what they see is it was just enough oil to light it for 1 day. Read on.
But the God of heaven, whose name dwells there, put therein his blessing, and they were able to light from it 8 days.
So you all don't have this faith. See that? The Most High from heaven, because his name was there. They have enough oil to light it for how many days?
8 days.
Look at this. And this was before YAHAWAH. So they said Jesus taught miracles. It was enough oil to light the menorah for 8 days. Read.
Therefore, the sons of Hashmonai made this covenant and took upon themselves a solemn vow, they and the sons of Israel, all of them, to publish amongst the sons of Israel, to the end that they might observe these 8 days of joy and honor, as the days of the feast written in the book of the law,
Read.
even to light in them so as to make known to those who come after them that their God wrought for them salvation from heaven.
So you see that. So the children after, even them should know what take place there. Can? Read on.
In them it is not permitted to mourn.
This day is not the day of what?
Mourning.
This was a vow. So this day you shouldn't be what? Read on.
In them it is not permitted to mourn, neither to decree a fast.
So you not even fast, you can fast. If you people are fasting today, you're disobedient to do that. So sometimes even if you're fasting, you're supposed to fast. And I fast. Okay, if you're more than our fast today, will the Most High accept it? Definitely not. Read.
Neither to decree a fast on those days. And anyone who has a vow to perform, let him perform it.
So now, what is your vow? This is the time you get to perform your vow. Can? And the Most High, you can always back out of a vow. There's one person that will not back out. Because if the Most High make a vow for you, he won't do it for you. Regardless if it's good or it's bad. Can? So get your apocrypha, brother. First Maccabees 3:19. First Maccabees 3:19. Actually, yeah. Look at the table in here. See, I think I have a red and black. Apocrypha. Bring it from. So let's start off. First Maccabees 3:19 to 22.
First Maccabees 3:19 to 22. For the victory of battle stand not in the multitude of an host.
Look at that. So you see, at the time it was just a father and his son. Because the victory don't stand in the numbers of men. Read.
For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host.
Read.
But strength cometh from heaven.
But who gave strength? The Most High gave strength. From where?
From heaven.
So you see, brothers and sisters. That's why the Bible says, where two or three are gathered, that's where the Spirit of Yahawah is. Because the victory don't come by, last week we went through, and we see about what? Nehemiah. And when we see about Nehemiah, we see the Most High say, use 300 men. Did we show you that? But now the Most High tell you, there's no battle win in multitude of men. That's China would be world power. But the battle win in terms of strength from Yahawah or Yahawah from above. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Read on.
They come against us in much pride.
What did Maccabee say?
They come against us in much pride.
Read on.
And iniquity to destroy us.
And they come amongst us in much pride and iniquity to do what?
To destroy us.
Read on.
And our wives and children.
They come to destroy our wives and our children. Read.
And to spoil us.
Read.
But we fight for our lives and our laws.
What did he say?
But we fight for our lives and our laws.
So they fight for their life and the laws of God. Some of you so selfish, you only fight for yourself. Some of us so selfish, we don't think about even the laws of God. It's what pleases us at that time. But here goes a prophet saying, why fight for their life to stay alive and for we to remember the laws of God today. Suppose they never write what takes place here, cover it in a battle and dig a hole and put it in. How would we have it to read? They were thinking about us. But no, we so selfish, we want to discredit everything that they establish. With our own selfish needs. Do you see that? Or am I lying? They like this supposed to be glorified for what happened. But look at us. Because we decide to be selfish. So that's why the host is never with much people. Read.
But we fight for our lives and our laws. Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face.
Most I know what?
Overthrow them before our face.
Read on.
And as for you, be ye not afraid of them.
So never be scared. Because the Most High, in the name of Yahawaah, I overthrow all our enemies. Where?
Before our face.
Get me 2 Maccabees 4:15.
Second Maccabees 4:15. Not certain by the honors of their fathers.
So most of us not. We never continue in the orders of who?
Our fathers.
And this is why we like this today. Look what the Maccabees did. Who continue like that? Some of us never continue in the laws by our fathers. Read on.
Not certain by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
So we're acting now like the Grecians. See, white people invade white people. World War I, who started? Bunch of white people. World War II, who started? Bunch of white people. That's what we pick up. We the one acting like that now. Do you see? We the one acting like what? That. Then we said John 10:22, sir. The New Testament, St. John 10:22.
St. John 10:22.
Read on.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication.
Read on.
And it was written.
Winter.
It was winter.
So do you see from what? The last 2 days? Do you see the atmosphere? So you know nothing what plant now will ever grow. Because it's fully winter season. So do you see, even a Mashiach Yahawashi keep the Feast of Dedication. Because the Feast of Dedication is supposed to be the 25th day of the 9th month. So you have your 4 seasons, 3-month seasons. So now the car will be dusty. Now your house will be dusty. Now everything will be dry and hard. Because what? It's winter season. So it goes to show you even a Mashiach Yahawashi celebrate the Feast of Dedication. So why the Christian church stop it? And even though the Most High Yahawashi came, you can remember, it was 165 years before him. And when he came and see, he still keep what? The heart. Yahawashi never said, I'm not celebrating, I'm not this, I'm not that. Yahawashi go to the temple. That was a feast of dedication. We go for the candle lighting. Do you understand? Right? Get me first Maccabees now, sir. 4:56. First Maccabees 4:56.
And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days.
So what they did?
They kept the dedication of the altar 8 days, and offered burnt offerings with gladness.
No, read from 50.
First Maccabees 4:50. And upon the altar they burned incense.
Read on.
And the lamps that were upon the candlestick they lighted. And they might give light in the temple.
So you see what they did? So this is when they're giving the Most High all that glory. So you see when the Most High asks for the oils and all these things to come in, you have to come in. And when they go and they dedicate back the temple, these are stuff that they did. Read on.
Furthermore, they set the loaves upon the table and spread out the bills and finished all the works which they had begun to make.
So that those are what? The loaves of bread. And the Most High said that must always be in his temple. When the time comes, I think every 7 days you have to change it. But something should always be in the temple to be eaten. The Most High called it the shoe bread. Right? Read on.
Now, on the 25th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Kesu, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning.
Read on.
And offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offering.
Read on.
Which they had made.
Read.
Look, at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it. Even in that was it dedicated with songs and satans and harps and cymbals.
So they were praising. So for all the time when the Eden would get up and defile it, what they said they did? They keep it righteous back in those same times. Do you understand? Right? Read on.
Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshipping and praising the God of heaven,
Read.
who has given them good success.
Read on.
And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days.
Really?
And offered burnt offerings with gladness. And sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and praise.
Really?
They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold.
With what?
Crowns of gold.
Read on.
And with shields. And the gates and the chambers they renewed.
Really?
And hung doors upon them.
So they fixed like everything. Huh? And the Maccabees, they took gold and they put it in the temple because what? Why would they do that? Because the Most High dwell where? In the temple. When the temple is among us, the Most High dwell among us. And the Bible tells us every atonement the Most High come there. Right? So this was all what they offer. This was all of what? Their dedication back to the Most High. But let me show you some. Get Numbers, son. Book of Numbers in the law. Start at verse 10.
Numbers 7, verse 10. And the princes offered.
No, get 50. Start at 84. Jump to 84.
Numbers 7,
84.
okay. Numbers 7, 84. This was the dedication of the altar.
So this was what?
The dedication of the Lord altar.
So you see that. Even Moses also kept dedication of the altar in his time. But Moses one wasn't this profound in terms of he was in the land of Israel. He was in the wilderness. So when they built up an altar for the Most High, what Moses did, he dedicated to it. Right? Read on.
This was the dedication of the altar in the day when it was anointed by the princes of Israel.
Read on.
12 chargers of silver, 12 silver bowls, 12 spoons of gold.
Read.
Each charger of silver weighing 130 shekels.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. When Moses then dedicated back to the altar in the time, look what all the princes of Israel did. They dedicate to the Most High in what? In great abundance. Read verse 10 now, sir.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
And the princes offered for dedicating of the altar in the day that it was anointed. Even the princes offered their offering before the altar. And the Lord said unto Moses, they shall offer their offering, each prince on his day.
So each prince get a day to offer his gift. So then it was 12 prince. But now, the Maccabees time, it's supposed to be 8. And the top leader is supposed to offer their gifts. Let's read on.
Each prince on his day for the dedicating of the altar.
For the what?
The dedicating of the altar.
So the dedication never just started in Maccabees. We was always dedicating to the altar, but when we get the temple now, a lot of us feel there was no need to still dedicate. But it was always a need to be what? Dedicated. Read?
And he that offered his offering, the first day was Nashon, the son of Aminadab, of the tribe of Judah.
So Judah is the first one to go to offer. Read?
And his offering was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels. 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them were full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meal offering.
Read?
1 spoon of 10 shekels of gold, full of incense.
So you see when they were going up to offering, they even offer flour. Because all these things the Most High need in the temple. So they offer gold, they offer silver, they offer shekel, they offer wine, they need oil. Everything was an offering. So when you read this, go down, jump to verse 18.
Verse 18. On the second day, Nathanael, the son of Zua, prince of Issachar, did offer.
Right.
He offered for his offering 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels.
So this is all the prince and offering to the Most High, to the people. So all we become so selfish that we forget all this stuff. We'll dedicate to the pastor. Because you're not saying you have your pastor picture up in your house. Or you have your pastor picture in the Bible and doing all this. But not the Most High. That's why the scripture said, these people draw nigh unto me with their mouth, but their heart is far from the Most High. And the more you draw away from the Most High, guess what? Is the more the Most High draw away from you. As the scripture said, examine ourselves if we are in the truth. So just like how we examine ourselves today, ask why things in your life have not changed. Ask yourself, why am I so, why I'm struggling, things is rough, why? Ask yourself this question, why anything that I try to do or ever do is not working? Right? Ask yourself those questions and see. That's why the Most High tell in Deuteronomy 32 verse 7. Read that for me, sir.
Deuteronomy 32 verse 7. Deuteronomy 32 verse 7. Remember the days of old.
What the Most High said?
Remember the days of old.
So why are we not doing that? Why is only what matters to us we do it? When the Most High said we must remember the ancient path. The Most High said we must remember the days of old. Right? Read on.
Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
The Most High said consider the years of what?
Many generations.
Some generation.
Many generations.
Read on.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
So the Most High said we must ask our father, and our fathers will what?
Will show thee.
And what shall he show us? Read on.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
So now you will see. Ask your parents, they'll tell you why they're so poor. Because the inheritance is wealth. Inheritance is riches. It's missing. You don't know it's missing. So ask your great-grandfather how it's missing. And they will tell you from slavery, that's when all hell breaks loose. Do you understand me? So all these things now, you see, the Most High said, ask. The Most High said, consider. Think about many generations what our ancestors was doing. And you will see what made them great men. And what made you what you are today. You will see. Get me 2 Maccabees 1, 27, sir.
Second Maccabees 1:27. Gather those together that are scattered from us. Deliver them.
Read 24. It's a prayer. Or 23. Start at 23.
Second Maccabees 1:22. When this was done, and the time came that the sun shone, which afore was hid in the cloud.
So you see, at winter time, what happened? The sun hid in the cloud at winter time. So do you see? That's why from yesterday, not yesterday, Yesterday was what, Friday? From Thursday, you can see what happened. The sun hidden the cloud. That's the number one reason for winter. The time is hot, but there is no sun out. Just like now. Right? So read 22 again, sir.
First Corinthians 1:22. When this was done, and the time came that the sun shone,
The sun come out of the cloud within the 4th to the 5th day. Read?
which afore was hid in the cloud.
Read?
There was a great fire kindled, so that every man marveled.
Read?
And the priest made a prayer whilst the sacrifice was consuming. I say, both the priest and all the rest, Jonathan beginning, and the rest answering thereunto, as Nehemiah did.
Read?
And the prayer was after this manner: O Lord, Lord God, creator of all things, who art fearful and strong, and righteous and merciful, and holy and gracious King.
So we see how the priest pray. The priest just don't went to ask the Most High for something. In giving reverence, mercy, supplication, and acknowledgement how great God is. Read on.
The only giver of all things.
The only what?
The only giver of all things.
Read.
The only just, almighty, and everlasting. Thou that delivered Israel from all trouble, and did choose the fathers, and sanctify them.
And choosing who?
The fathers.
Because for some reason the younger generation think the Most High gave up on the elders. For some reason the younger generation think now the Most High dealing with them more than their own men. So that's why we cannot disrespect our elders, our fathers, or our forefathers. We can't. That the Most High go off at what? Order. Read on.
Thou that delivered Israel from all trouble, and did choose the fathers, and sanctify them. Receive the sacrifice for thy whole people Israel.
Read.
And preserve them, and preserve thy own portion, and sanctify it.
Read.
Gather those together that are scattered from us.
Look at this prayer. The priest is not even praying for himself. Until now, he asks the Most High for nothing. But he's telling the Most High to get. Listen, Zarak, stand up. Even now, he's asking the Most High to gather all the children of Israel that are what? Look at this. So that's why in this truth, I cannot think for myself. Because I see why we're reading about this man. I see what makes them great. They never run from battle. They never run from them obstacles. So my son's going to come and talk about it. They did this 165 years before Yahawaah. And when Yahawaah come, you tell it, Yahawaah went to the temple for dedication. Yahawaah acknowledged them. Because Father and his Son stand in the face of the great Greek army. They call Alexander the Conqueror, right? But wasn't he conquered by the Maccabees? So the Maccabees don't get no title. Antiochus was one of his fierce warrior after the great Alexander. And the Maccabees are priests. Because Judah Maccabees was a priest. A priest withstand the great Greek army. While the Greek conquer everywhere else. But when they step up to the children of Israel, a priest and his son withstood them. And now they praying a prayer, and they telling the Most High, all the children of Israel that scattered, bring them back, let us be one. How much are you want that thing? Much people don't want it. If you're getting one banco, you know your brother coming around to share. They don't want to share. Read.
Gather those together that are scattered from us. Deliver them that serve among the heathen.
So even the one that was serving the heathens as slave, the priest said, Most High deliver them. Read.
Look upon them that are despised,
despise. Look upon the one that I despise. Look upon the one that I hated. Look upon the one in the prison houses. Read.
Look upon them that are despised and abhorred, and let the heathen know that thou art our God.
Read.
Punish them that oppress us.
Look at this. Did he say punish them that oppress me? Because was he being oppressed at this time? He was free, right? He was killing Eden as he pleased. But he prayed a prayer and said the Most High should oppress every nation that oppressed the Israelites today. And we stand by that. We believe in it. We for it. Real?
Punish them that oppress us, and with pride do us wrong.
Real?
Plant thy people again in thy holy place, as Moses has spoken.
Real?
And the priests sang psalms of thanksgiving.
Real?
Now when the sacrifice was consumed, Nehemiah commanded the water that was left to be poured on the great stones.
So you see that? So they pray. When they dedicate it back, they pray, they sing. They read the Psalms of Moses. And they have a good time. So that's why the Bible tells you, in the feast of dedication, nobody should fast. Nobody should mourn. So even if somebody died, you just bury him and rejoice. Because this is a time that we build back the temple. And as I said, when the temple is among us, the Most High is among us. Because even until that time, when YAHAWAH came, the Holy Spirit was still in the temple. Because remember when Zechariah went in there? This was 165 years after Maccabees. People thought Zechariah was dead. So that goes to show you the Most High Spirit was still in the Holy of Holies. So when the Romans came on the scene, the Romans make sure they destroy everything. That's why when YAHAWAH tell them, it won't be not one stone left. The people was angry, man. And they remember what that was like for us not to have a temple that we can go into today and pray. So when YAHAWAH made the speech, they were angry. But YAHAWAH see what the Romans was doing. So when they see the Romans come past with the army, they that in the mountain don't come back. Because YAHAWAH said, this is the day that what the prophet talked about, the great tribulation. And who we have now? A bunch of pastors. Are we own mind? We have nothing. Who can we go to? Get me second Maccabees 10, sir. Yeah, verse 6.
Second Maccabees 10, verse 6. And they kept 8 days with gladness.
They kept the 8 days with what?
With gladness.
So even we doing Hanukkah, from last night is the first Sunday, today is the second. It's an 8 days of feast should be kept joyful. Because regardless, when I was going to Christian church, you know we used to celebrate Christmas, man. Christmas, man, you make sure whatever clothes you wear to church was new brand. Because that was Jesus' birthday. You go to church Easter, likewise. I don't remember if I ever go to church on Christmas Day. You, man?
Yeah.
Unless if you follow the Saturday. Because back then it's Christmas, you kill a goat. Whatever day you follow, you used to kill a goat. So I have to stay back then.
Back then, Adventists never used to celebrate
Yes,
Christmas.
yeah, we was doing that's
Now
why.
they celebrate it.
That's why I know I never had a Christmas tree or none of those things in my
Now
house.
they have the tree now too.
Yeah? And we never had that
We
money.
never used to.
And we were Seventh-day, you have different set of Adventists. We were Seventh-day Adventists.
Yeah,
So we never really acknowledge that.
Now they do it.
We never have a tree, we never have no pepper light, nothing like that. Only thing we do on the day is kill a goat or something. Right? Read verse 6 again, sir.
And they kept 8 days with gladness.
With what?
With gladness.
Read on.
As in the feast of the tabernacle.
So they kept it just like the feast of what?
Tabernacle.
So even tabernacle must be kept with gladness. Do you see that? Read on.
As in the Feast of the Tabernacles,
Mm-hmm.
remembering that not long afore they had held the Feast of the Tabernacles, when as they wandered in the mountains and dens like beasts.
So even when they were running and they were fighting, they still keep the Feast of what?
Tabernacle.
All the feasts have to be kept, regardless of our situation. Regardless how many of us is there. All the feasts must be kept. Every last one. Huh? Get me 8. 2 Maccabees 8, verse 1.
2 Maccabees 8, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then Judas Maccabeus and they that were with him went privily into the town
Mm-hmm.
and called their kinsfolks together
Mm-hmm.
and took unto them all such as continued in the Jews' religion
Mm-hmm.
and assembled about 6,000 men.
So you see what they were doing? They were going in the town. They were still fighting them. But they would send men in the town together. We still keeping the laws of God. We still keeping the laws of God. And gather them together. You understand me? And then they gather up. How many men? 6,000. Read on.
And they called upon the Lord
Mm-hmm.
that he would look upon the people that was trodden down of all,
Read.
and also pity the temple profaned of ungodly men.
Because no matter what happened, just imagine, we have not got the record yet. Only Josephus gave us some. But what about the records for what take place 70 AD? When the Romans, because remember, the Zealots, the Zachari, they hold off the Romans for 3 years. Because we never lose power of Jerusalem until what year? 73 AD. So even they destroyed the temple 70 AD, it was all out war. So the biggest record we have small records, is Josephus that tell you the war that took place and the war that happened. So even when they tear the temple down, man was still in Israel fighting 3 years after that. We don't put our hand on those records yet to see the facts and everything yet. We have not. Because what Josephus tell you, when the Romans light the temple 70 AD, the priests, they were just walking in the fire. They commit suicide. The priest said, let's die with the temple. Because they know, oh, you might go to the Most High now. It's finished. So Josephus said, most of the priests commit suicide. They just walk in the fire. Remember, they do it on Passover night. Just imagine you go for Passover and there's no temple. That was a big thing, man. That was a big, big thing. And the priests, what they did, they killed themselves, they committed suicide. But the Zealots, which are the Zacharis, they withstood the Romans for 3 years. And the only way the Romans could defeat them, Josephus tell it, he was a black man. Bring the Romans and show the Romans how to take them out of sight. So Judas come in every dispensation. You understand me? But what we reading here now, we lose all power in Israel then. And why did we lose our power? Because most of our people will sell out to the Romans. Remember in Luke when they tell YAHAWAH, Caesar is our king? They believe it upon Caesar. It was different from the Greeks. The Romans came in, they friended us. They started to marry us. Remember John the Baptist tell that Romans they cannot marry the Israelite woman? Just like what you see taking place in Africa now. Because in Africa they tell you, foreigners cannot buy land, right? The Chinese cannot buy land in certain African countries. So what the Africans then do, they go in this country and they start to marry the black woman. They have children with the black woman. So the child growing up, even the black woman going to teach his child, you're not black, you're Chinese. So you see that spreading across Africa today, just like what the Romans did. Do you understand? Because the Romans ruled Europe for 2,700 years. Keep that record. The Romans ruled Europe they took it from the Greeks for 2,700 years. And the Romans still ruling today. But ask yourself the question, how are the Romans ruling? Romans ruling. Who used to go to Catholic Church? Okay, understand? What Roman rule? Roman. What Catholic rule? You go to the church. Yahash, we used to go. What Roman Catholic rule?
Roman means from Rome.
Roman means a resident of Rome. What Catholic mean?
Universal.
So you see that? They still ruling. Yeah, Catholic means universal. So they're not just ruling Europe no more. They're universal now. So that's why your calendar is Roman, your months and your days is Roman. Everything that you know is from the Roman agenda. Everything is from Rome. Sit. Go to a church and don't know what the meaning is. Catholic means universal. So when you say you're Roman, they say you're a resident of Rome and you're universal, you conquer the entire earth. That's what Roman Catholic means. So they still ruling. They win no matter what. The most population of people on the earth in the Roman Catholic Church, where are they from? Africa. Africa are more Roman Catholic than Europe. Because Europe sees them for what they stand for. The Chinese see them for what they stand for. But guess who don't see them? So they still rule over you. And they rule Europe for 2,700 years. And Europe fight and kick out the Romans' rulership. The British came, kick them out. And they just say, okay, don't worry, we'll spread our wings. So now they're not ruling Europe no more. They're universal. Catholic churches in every country. Every military base have a Catholic church there. Except for what? Maybe South Korea and the Muslims country. But even if the Pope go to these Arab countries, they won't go to him. They have to. And the Pope is the highest so-called spiritual leader in the planet. No Muslim leader is higher than him. No Buddha leader is higher than him. Nobody. So the Pope come and say, I'm universal. If he's coming to Ghana today, even if Ghana have a Muslim leader, you have to make everything work for when the Pope comes in. Then the Pope went to North Sudan, man. North Sudan run by Muslims. When he went to Sudan, he can't go anywhere. Because what? The citizen of Rome is universal. They conquer the universe. That's what all these names mean. Right? So get me 2 Maccabees 8. What verse you leave off? Continue.
2 Maccabees 8, verse 2.
Read.
And they called upon the Lord, and he would look upon the people that was trodden down or fall, and also pity the temple for faith of ungodly men. And that he would have compassion upon the city, saw the faith, and ready to be made even with the ground, and hear the blood that cried unto him. And remember the wicked slaughter of harmless infants.
So the wicked came in and they slaughtered what?
Infants.
Just like what they're doing in Palestine today. They don't care. You would care. But what the white man did, when they go in, they were killing infant, baby, everything. And this is a record of it. Read on.
And remember the wicked slaughter of harmless infants, and the blasphemies committed against his name, and that he would shew his hatred against the wicked. Now when Maccabees had his company about him, he could not be withstood by the heathen, for the wrath of the Lord was turned into mercy.
So you see that? We withstood because God was angry against them. God started to show him mercy. So I say this to say this today. You just need one person to do the right thing. And God will show that one person mercy. Even Moses telling you, when one man go against the fight, people used to think it was 100 men. Only by us to do the right thing. Do you understand? Read on.
Therefore, he came at unawares and burned up towns and cities, and got into his hands the most commodious places, and overcame and put to flight no small number of his enemies.
So wherever they were living, and Elmina, Maccabees would go there, burn the whole city. Take up the people that want to join them, everybody else is burned. So it was a sense of what? Guerrilla warfare. We don't have courage for that one. See that? The Chinese come in their country live better than him. The white men come in their country live better than him. Even the dirty Arabs come in their country live better than him. You go to their country before they shoot. Because nobody holding nobody responsible. In Jamaica, man, have you ever seen a Chinese on the street party? Have you ever gone to the beach and seen them? Can they go to school where you go to school? If he come from his store, you get robbed immediately. If he's just outside standing at the gate here looking for a taxi, have you ever seen one looking for a taxi? Have you ever seen one waiting for a taxi? You get robbed before the taxi reaches you. Can they send their children to the school that we do? What about the club if we go to a party? Have you ever gone to a party and seen any of them?
No.
So it's a difference between us. Very much different. If a Chinese come there, somebody doing something, guess who's going to tell the police? Wrong down here, right? Something wrong with him in Jamaica or America, who's going to tell the police? Better be a camera. If there's no camera, that the case is empty. Nobody will say nothing. So something really wrong with Africa. Then I see a Chinese come take picture with two young girls. None of them have no blouse or bra on. And he just put his hand over their breast. Chinese, ugly, little short Chinese. And the picture go. Nobody said nothing. It was the next Chinese, it was have some children singing. I think those children was in Malawi. Because it was a black American woman who took it up to research. And the Chinese was singing that African are monkeys and China was a great empire. And nobody, can they do that in Jamaica? They'll walk and burn every Chinese store. And they come like nothing in Africa. Nobody cares, nobody gives them. So what? The Most High will never show nobody their mercy. And they believe it today. It will be a rougher 12 months coming. It will not be easy for us. Sometimes we just need one person to stand up for justice, for the Most High to show mercy. When the Most High don't see that, whatever for these 12 months we put our hand to, it will not pass. And that's a decree. That's a decree. But the Bible says, will not fear, there is no justice, there is no peace, there is no mercy. We don't judge righteously. So embrace it. I believe the 9th of December, I said. Read on.
Therefore he came out unawares, and burnt up towns and cities, and got into his hands the most commodious places, and overcame and put to flight no small number of his enemies.
Really?
But specially took he advantage of the night for such privy attempts.
So when he was fighting this thing, night, when they were sleeping. Just imagine you sleeping in the night and somebody go and make fire on the house. That's when we used to do it. Because remember, when they read it, he said, better he died than to see people suffer. So he said, if they catch me, they're going to kill me. So I'm going all out. I don't care. So when they're in the bed sleeping at night, we went to light fire. Read on.
But specially took he advantage of the night for such privy attempts, so much that the brood of his manliness was spread everywhere.
The fruit of his what?
Manliness was spread everywhere.
So you see that? Everybody start is like yourself. Everybody popping up start to do it. Right? Read on.
So when Philip saw that this man increased by little and little,
So how was it increased? Was it big?
little by little.
1 join today, 2 join tomorrow. Read on.
So when Philip saw that this man increased by little and little, and that things prospered with him still more and more, he wrote unto Ptolemy, the governor of Syria and Phoenix,
That's Syria. We finished. Read on.
to yield more aid to the king's affairs.
So they want more military. So they started to take military. Ptolemy was what is woman name? Cleopatra father. So Ptolemy controlled Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, all those places. So the man that was fighting sent to Ptolemy and said, listen man, we need more military. You understand me? Because we cannot able to withstand Maccabees. Right? Get me 7:1. Turn to 7:1. 2 Maccabees 7 verse 1.
2 Maccabees 7 and 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken.
7 brethren was what?
With their mother were taken, and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
To do what?
To taste swine's flesh.
Read on.
And were tormented with scourges and whips.
So they were beating these people. So if you don't eat swine's flesh, you will not stop beating them. They tormented them. Right? Read on.
But one of them that spoke first said, Thus, what would thou ask or learn of us?
Read.
We are ready to die,
Read.
rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers.
And this man is great man. These men, when they go in the spiritual realm, YAHAWAH is waiting for them. These men get in white robes already. You read about them in Revelation 6 and 9. So you see that? Because your mindset don't tell you that you're still a slave. So from your mindset, don't tell us you're not a slave. You don't think about certain things when certain things come upon you. But as YAHAWAH said, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence from that day until today. The violence taking it by force. So they put up 100 leaders. And these leaders they put up is to govern you. To make sure you be in line. If the queen come, you all same children going to go find the queen in this hot sun. I remember they do that in Jamaica. My father said, no, we're not going. You understand me? My father never sent us. And when we go back to school the next day, we hear about how many children faint out in the hot sun. If the queen coming, every school have to give up the children. And the children have to stand up on each side of the street and fan the queen. God bless the queen. God bless the queen. Y'all remember that? My father, one time, I didn't want to go. That was a great experience, everybody talking. The father said, no, none of you ain't going. And I'm happy. When the Pope come there, they do the same thing. When the Pope come in 96. Remember 96 the Pope came there? And when the Pope came there, our reggae artist Billy Man sing a song. The reggae artist was singing, hitting out on the Pope. So they don't want to do. That was Pope Bob. He was the one. The Jamaican artist sing out. Listen, even the Prince. My name, the one in Canada. Williams? No. Harry. Went to Jamaica. The people them tell him don't come here. When he at the airport, the people them go to the airport. Even the artists, be the man and them, so we don't want to hear. First thing when they go in there, when they enter in there, they ask him, who's paying for this trip? When they find out it's a Jamaican, they say, no, go back. We don't want to hear. This happened last year. Nobody know why it was going on official visit. Remember, even Muta came out and said, hey, he's the prince for Commonwealth, and I is not part of Commonwealth. They tell him, oh, we don't need him here. Nobody was out here to meet him, greet them, or what we used to do when he was a child. Nobody is sending their children to, not even the teacher going home. You're not prince for us. You're prince for Commonwealth. We in Commonwealth, but we're not part of Commonwealth. You understand me? But those are the people you all will never angry with. But your own brothers and sisters, guess what you're going to do with them? You will destroy them. So as we hear in the Feast of Life, for even us to celebrate this day, these brothers here make this decision to die so we can know what great men stand for. So read verse 2 again, sir.
But one of them that spoke first said, Thus, what would thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die, rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers.
Real?
Then the king, being in a rage, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot.
Read on.
Which for being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spoke first, and to cut off the utmost part of his body.
That is rod, his protect. Cut his rod off and cut his tongue. Real?
The rest of his brethren and his mother looking on. Now when he was...
So you see that they do it in front of his entire family. And they're making an example of him. That's how they can call us. So when you read the book of the Willie Lynch letter, they said every time the black man run away in slavery, what Willie Lynch said, you have to train the black man like how you train a horse. So in slavery, when the man would fight or run away, they would beat the woman in front of the man. So what the woman would do, the woman would beg the husband, please don't fight, because you know I'm going to get whipped. Please don't run away, because I'm going to get whipped. You understand me? So you see in certain cases, a weak woman will only make a man weak. A weak woman will only make a man weaker. So when a man married a revolutionary, you know they call it what? What is Esau make a movie about it? Slim. When it was one of the Black Panther. What is the name? Slim and Queen. And the both of them died together. They said, listen, we do this together, we're going to fight together, we're going to do this together. But if you say it's time to run, and you have some dumb bitch said, no, I'm not running, let the bitch die by himself. Because you see, one thing as people, we all have to get emotion out of us. Last week I sit here and said, my children died. I don't know if I will cry. People was looking, I don't know. I'm not sitting thinking about money. When that day comes, I'm going to face it as a truth, as a champion. You understand me? But when a man have a weak woman, that woman might be weak. If you have a woman which you and I are not fighting for the same cause, the same thing, what profit is going to profit? We're not going to profit. We're not. Read on, sir. Verse 4.
Verse 4. Which forward being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spoke first,
Read.
and to cut off the utmost part of his body,
Read.
the rest of his brethren and his mother looking on.
Read on.
And when he was thus maimed in all his members,
So they start to take members, take his hand off. They start to take members by members. Read on.
he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire,
Read on.
and to be fried in the pan.
Read.
And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space spared, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying that.
That's why I'm not talking when we never dies of power. Ever in my life. They speak manfully. We dying today. As Israelites, we holding on to this. So you say, Mata, this one here, will never die begging. Because when I go into the spiritual realm and see all these men, what am I going to tell them? Say, let me tell you. Do you know how great their reward is in the spiritual kingdom? And when I go there, how am I going to look at them? Like I'm a punk? It will never happen. That's why YAHAWAH said, you cannot kill me, I will give my life to you. It's something that I wanted to do. So I'll make you have your peace. Do you understand? So this is not for everybody. Everybody cannot be like this man here. That's why nobody going to know about it. That's why your name going to be numbered. When you die, your name died with you. But when you make sacrifice like this, even that black woman, married wife like that, because black woman, the first whip you give her, she said, give me the pork, I'll eat it, I'll go cook it. That's your mentality. And you'll do it. That's why when I see men put trust in woman, I'm surprised. Because if the white man hold a woman, she giving up everything. But I say, man, keep putting trust in woman. If me and a woman was dating and we're not married no more, she can't go tell nobody, say, my daughter said this. And when I read Micah 7:7 tell me how to deal with a woman. That's right. So people pillow talk. I don't pillow talk. I don't have nothing to say to nobody about no woman because I know she's a weaker person. When anything happens, guess what she's going to do? Go on their mouth. But it's the other way around. I will be the one who have something to say. Publicly too. Do you understand? So even this mother here is a strong mother. Strong black woman. That's what a strong black woman is. To die for the laws of God. And I guarantee you, her reward is great in the kingdom of God. She could be Mary come back. She could be the man of YAHAWAH come back. And whatever generation she's coming back in, she will be a queen forever. Read on, sir, verse 6.
Verse 6. The Lord God looked upon us, and in truth had comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servant.
That's what they always saying amongst themselves. So they embraced death. They were happy with that. Because one thing that somebody told me, Sabar is an elder. Sabar told me years back. Sabar said, do you know when they're trying to kill a righteous man like that, the Most High take all the pains from them? I said, Sabar, it makes sense, but how you know that? And he went into Acts and quote Stephen. When they stoned Stephen, Stephen was prophesying. He wasn't feeling no pain. Stephen said, I see the heaven open. And I see YAHAWAH, and YAHAWAH was there with it. So when you is a righteous man, and you stand for justice, the Most High take that thing, they don't fear. And I believe that from that elder until this day. And that gave me recertified my faith and my strength. How do you want to go to the Most High Kingdom as a coward? You don't want to go. When the Most High tell him what reward is for a servant. So if he is a servant of the Most High, why are you murmuring going there? Meaning you want to continue wickedness on this earth. So whatever they show, whatever they come with, always pray for life. And the Most High is a God of the living. But if they want to send you to the spiritual world, go with a smile on your face and be happy. Oh my, listen, my pride stand even in death. How am I going to go to the heavenly realm? Be crying like a coward. Be afraid, be nervous. When I go and go there and see all these great men. Look at what I tell the man on the cross, today you will be with me in paradise. You go there, you see that man on the cross and find YAHAWAH, all of a sudden you start to hold on your head because you betray everything that you stand for. And that will be. If I work for somebody, that will not work for me. And that's the difference. That's why people will always talk about you and not what to say about you. The generation to come will know, just like what we're reading here. Because we all dismiss the laws of God today. We all dismiss it. And that's why we're not great. Read on, sir.
The Lord God looked upon us, and in truth had comfort in us, as Moses in his song, which witness to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servant. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock.
So they brought the second and started to mock him. Read.
And when they had put off the skin of his head,
they skin his head alive. The Greeks know to, that's why one thing I tell you, Esau know to break anybody. Just imagine somebody cut you and start to skin you alive. Read.
And when they had put off the skin of his head with the head, they asked him, will thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?
Read.
But he answered in his own language, and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order, as the former did.
Look at this. They asked him, they said, are you ready to eat pork? He said, what? No, you have black people eating God. Look at that. Read on.
And when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou, like a fury, takest us out of this present life.
Read.
But the King of the world shall raise us up.
YAHAWAH shall read.
Who have died for his laws unto everlasting life.
So he even said, we're going to be rise again, don't worry. And guess what happened? When we rise, we're coming back for your last now. His last breath, he said, don't worry. Because when he talk about the king died for the laws, he's talking YAHAWAH now. But what would he know about YAHAWAH? He would know about YAHAWAH, would he? So he sees it in the spiritual realm. Right away the Most High show him everything in the spiritual realm. Right? Read on.
After him was the third made a mocking stock. And when he was required, he put out his tongue, and that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully.
Look at this. Even before they asked him, he pushed out his tongue. He was the one giving them his tongue. Here, cut it. And before they even cut his hand, he put it out like a man, a soldier, strong. Here it is, chop it off. Read.
And said courageously, these I have from heaven, and for his laws I despise them, and for him I hope to receive them again.
So you see that? Look at this. I get these hands from heaven, and I don't despise the commandments. And he knew he was going to come back. What he said? He will get them again. Because we know we believe in regeneration. Christian, stand. So he said, these members that I have, I get them from heaven. And guess what? Take them. Because when I come back, I'll get them back again. Right? Read on.
And from him I hope to receive them again. With so much that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he nothing regarded the pain.
He wasn't even crying. So they were like, damn. And he was a young man. Really?
Now when this man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fort in like manner.
Really?
So when he was ready to die, he said that it is good being put to death by man to look for hope from God to be raised up again by him.
So we're coming back. Really?
As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
So why tell the white man?
As for thee.
Because meaning you weren't just born to die. Do you understand this? You weren't just born to die. You have no resurrection. So you see all these people who, and some white man theory, the white man will be saved, you don't know their history. Go ask the Arab if the white man will be saved. Go ask the African if the white man will be saved. The Hamites, the Egyptians, the Sudanese, what they played them, Black Heart Down. Where was that? Somalia. Do you know the Somalians beat the American in that war in 1993? That's the only war the American ever admit losing. Yeah, Black Heart Down. Remember they do a whole movie after that?
Yes.
When they went for a terrorist there, and the man said it should be 2 hours in and out. They spent about 2 years there. Google it. That's the only war America said they lose in Somalia. They do a whole movie. The movie is like 3 hours. So if you know any war movie, watch it. The Black Hawk Down. The general have to leave Pentagon. When the general go there, the general say, hey, this should be 2 hours in and out. What's happening? They have to pack up everything and leave the man out there. And they go in there like 4 o'clock, and when they go in there for the man in the helicopter, some children was outside playing with the sheets and stuff. So the children have those big satellite radio, they just hold it up like this. So everybody in the village, over the speakerphone, hear the helicopter coming. So they were ready for them. They light their ass up with bullets. They shoot on all it because the helicopter is what they Black Hawk. They shoot about 7 of them out the sky and control them until this day. That was a big thing back in America, man. Big. Congress, everybody. That's why Bush lose election. A lot of people don't know Father Bush only ruled for 4 years. Clinton beat him. Right? Read on, sir.
So when he was ready to die, he said that it is good, being put to death by men, to look for hope from God to be raised up again by him.
So even brothers and sisters, the scripture tells you in Surah, it's better to be dead than be alive. Do you understand what that means? You have to understand it. Because if you die for righteousness, you coming back, you'll have a better life. You die for wickedness today, these people that you see eating all the stuff in the street and everything, that will be your reward. Because the Most High cannot judge the spirit. You hear people talk about when the dead I'll be judged. Who will judge them? Who will judge them? Didn't the Bible say every knee shall bow? So can the knee bow in the spiritual realm? No, you're like angels in the spiritual realm. So the Most High going to send your ass back here to judge you again. But the question is, what kind of life you're living now? You die in the Most High send you back. You're born in Palestine. The first thing you hear is a bomb dropping. That's payment for what you do. So that's why this man said, I die now, I'm going to get everything back. Whatever you take, I'm getting back. Do you understand me? And I'm going to even get more. Listen, man, I suffer in this life, and brothers and sisters. You all don't know why I suffer in this life. Because each person, you have to know your worth. So if that's your worth, that's your worth. But I can think I'm a king. Am I not a king, Raj? I'm a king. Do you understand me? But when I'm as a king, when I look at my table and I look at Solomon's table, it's a big difference. So somebody ended me from being great. So I'm always going to do my best. And just like yesterday I talked to a woman and I said, I have a bad nightmare the night before. Didn't I tell her? I tell you I never slept well, right? Because I was dreaming. I was sleeping and I was dreaming that my foot was on fire, my foot was burning. So even yesterday I couldn't function because I don't sleep when I don't feel right. And I was like, what is this? So we have a brother in America, Arcad, he's on the line watching practice Arcad. He good with dreams and vision because he break on every limit. So I send it to him. And then he break on what foot is. You see that now? Right? Then we break down. We even reach as far, we're talking about the fig tree. Do you understand? Because when he explains something to you, Arcad is so intelligent and with vision. Arcad said, talk to her, you might have to lose everything. That's what he said to me. He said, if it's not you, somebody else. And then he quote Matthew 24, he said, just like YAHAWAH said, when they don't see no leaf on the fig tree, he almost come. So he said, if you want to receive YAHAWAH, you have to lose everything. Use the fig tree. Then it boom. He showed me in the book of Mark. When YAHAWAH said, I look up and I see man as a tree. I said, damn. I get a reality check right then and there. You understand? So when YAHAWAH said, look up, you see man walking there in the street. So brother, bring me back and say, the fig tree, when it lose everything, YAHAWAH said it will come. So you have to lose everything for what? For you to get what you want to give to you. So this man driving here, I was meditating. And I said, I'm ready. I said, I'll be like Job. I'm not rebelling. I'm not doing nothing. If I lose everything, I'll survive. I'm a fighter. Just like I said earlier, if a man don't have a revolutionary woman in his life, you're going to be destroyed. Everything is about revolutionary. And everybody stands for everything. Do you understand? And just like in this feast of Hanukkah now, it's an 8-day feast, huh? The Most High say you must rejoice, you must be happy, and you must be glad. So one thing I'll say, the Most High give it, and the Most High keep it. But the Most High always is the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah. And your trust and your faith must be in it. And I say, oh, ironic now, we're going through the book of Maccabees, and we're reading when this man died. This man died. And they said, we'll be back for a better life. But they say, you will not be back here. And when I come, I'm going to destroy you in every generation. Who is suffering more in America today? White people, right? You see more retarded, sick white people than any other race.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, what you have people who are no bone in their leg, but they have a leg. Do you understand? You have more white people come, their head big, everything up to them. And then you are going to be sorry for them. That's why me and black woman, we have a controversy, man. And the black woman will look at the little white baby and say, what a cute little baby is this? And I'm looking at Satan in hell. Do you understand? Who saw the video with this woman from Kenya walking through the airport and the little white baby then running after him, and he was so sad. If that was my wife, I'd be so sad. Because she has 3 children of her own. 3 children and left them to go take care of white people children. They said the white people rich, and then they said the white people was taking them. I read the story, they said nothing like that. They're not rich. Because from my look at that man at the airport, I know he wasn't a rich man. Because if you're rich going to the airport, you don't walk through the airport. A rich man walks through different entrances at the airport. My father, Carcazala, they work at the airport for many years. Me and Carcazala go to the airport, we go through different sections. I have to go to the local section, they have a part where they just walk straight through because they work. Rich man don't walk in the airport like that. So let me tell you, if you don't know, Miami, you know, you take plane. Awar, you know, you take plane. Do you understand?
You don't see them.
You don't see them. Even Canary will sing a song and tell you, they just board the plane. They don't walk through the airport like that. So don't believe the I don't believe the lie. But that show you we growing these devils to be greater than us. Make a black person give that black person his children to take care of. And see the black person treat the next black person children. But when they see these white babies, and this is what's reached African and black Americans. Show me one black American woman that born, raised in America, that ever take care of white man baby in America. Name me that black American woman that is taking care of white man. That would be sickening to black women to the sky. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. Black American woman not doing it. She will not taking care of no white people baby. That job is for Africans and Caribbean. Am I lying? And when I say Caribbean, my age, my and daughter not going to do that. The younger set, they're not doing it. They have the man from Africa, he go there is to run taxi. Am I lying or what? No. That's the only thing. He could be an accountant in Africa. He don't go there to become an accountant, you know. I don't want no problem. He don't want to be seen. Only the Nigerian will step his foot out there. But that man, he come there to be a taxi driver. They drive white people around. I'm not doing it. When I go to America, I stick just with Judah. I learn from Judah. I'm not doing it. So that's why we always think of ourselves. We always think that. That's how we think. Because if we come and we say, we want the job for 10 CDs a hour, you will come and say 5 CDs, 50 CDs in Ghana. Hey, 50 CDs an hour. I make 500 CDs a month. And I'm going to get 1,000 CDs a week. That's good. I'm taking that job. And Judah looking at me. Judah looking at me. And Judah said, watch it. Because you go to America and all of a sudden you say black American is lazy. If black American is lazy, who's wearing the gold chains? Who's wearing the Louis Gucci shoes? I mean, who's wearing the iPhone and all that? The last time when they showed Bill Gates iPhone is 8 plus. Bill Gates have an iPhone 8 plus. 8 plus iPhone, and iPhone is 15 now. And Bill Gates have an 8 plus. So if the black American is lazy, who is buying all those stuff? Who is buying it? He's not lazy, he's smart. Read, sir. What verse we are? 14.
So when he was ready to die, he said, "Thus it is good, being put to death by men, look for hope from God to be raised up again by him."
The second time, read.
As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
Thou shalt not what?
Have no resurrection.
Read on.
Afterward, they brought the fifth also, and mangled him.
Manhandle him. You slap him up in his head, take away his foot. You understand me? Read on.
Then looked he unto the king and said, Thou hast power over men, thou art corruptible, thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of God.
Look at this. So even as we are today, how everything might look, how people look at you, how people deem you, you're not forsaken by God. So as I get that vision and I speak to Akkad about it, and I see the fire burning, if I lose everything, I'm stronger. Do you understand? I'm stronger. I'm happy. I'm a warrior. And as he said, it might not be me, it might be a war. I'm here to motivate his ass too. Because that's what I do. Because you come in this world with nothing, you're leaving with nothing. It's simple as that.
Right.
So some of you want to hold on to this, hold on to that. I watch my brother Cartezal on the bed. All what he's achieved, was anything on the bed beside him? Now I see Jeremiah is in the hospital. All what Jeremiah have, he have a catalog. Do you know what a goddamn catalog car is? That's what pimp drive. I could never hold one of that. We have it in the garage. Is it in the hospital bed beside him? The bed that Jeremiah sleep on is a bed with button and everything. You can press it this side up here, this side down there. In a goddamn hospital bed with the rich lion, the poor lion, everybody lion. Can you response? What you worry about it here? The problem is y'all don't know me. Y'all don't know what I'm capable of doing. Y'all don't know. Read.
Then looked he unto the king and said, Thou hast power over men, thou art corruptible, thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of God.
Read.
But abide a while, and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed.
And the seed represents all these rest of white children. And they're going to be tormented through generation. But the only reason holding this is you. Because you're not ready for this. You're not ready to come to God. So as we said, everybody's supposed to dedicate something to God today. Everybody's supposed to dedicate something. And I think some of you still come to God. So I'm requesting judgment. Some of you need to lose things. It can be life, it can be whatever. That's my dedication. Because we're not going forward, we're not right. So if the most I wish I'm pleased to do it, I plead to him. We need judgment. Yesterday, me, I want to talk. I want to say, oh, some people not doing what they're supposed to do. They don't think it's serious. So I need judgment. The fire is also the purification of man. Do you know that?
Right.
So for man to be purified, you have to see fire. So who is me to see fire burning my feet? Let's see. But I welcome it. I embrace it. Read.
After him also they brought the sixth,
The sixth son, read.
who being ready to die said, Be not deceived without cause,
Read.
for we suffer these things for ourselves.
For who?
For ourselves,
Read on.
having sinned against our God.
So you see, the sixth son come and say, you're only killing us today because we have sinned. Read verse 1 now. 7 and 1.
7 and 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
So now all these people is dying because the king tell them to eat swine's flesh. So read what the 6 said again.
After him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die said,
Read.
Be not deceived without cause,
Read.
for we suffer these things for ourselves.
For what?
For we suffer these things for
For
ourselves.
what we did. What did we do? Read on.
Having sinned against our God,
Read on.
therefore marvelous things are done unto us.
So that was marvelous. He said, you're not the one killing us. It's we who sin. And the payment that we get for sinning is death. But you sinning and God shouldn't take nothing from you. You sinning and you don't even want to lose one CDs. How selfish we are. And see a man here is going to go there to die. He said 5 brothers died before him. He's standing in line. His mother is in the line to die too. And they're losing everything because he admit that he sinned. So what your sin? Admit your sin. What is it? Admit it. Admit it. Because all this is what leading up to dedication. For Moses to do the dedication in Numbers the 7th chapter, the Moses have to kill 1 firstborn in Egypt, Sudan, Uganda, all those places lose 1 firstborn. If everybody in Cape Coast today lose 1 firstborn, what would that mean Ghana to you? It will be National Day of Mourning, right? You all will think it's Juju, right? But the Most High is the God of Juju too. Read what you have, sir. Verse 19.
Verse 19. But think not thou that takest in hand to strike against God, that thou shalt escape unpunished.
Nobody that tried to resist the power of God will go unpunished. That's why the Bible tells you, Captain, get that, though wicked join hand in hand, they will die. The wicked will not be unpunished. Because you join hand in hand to do wickedness, nobody will go unpunished. And that goes for myself too. So when whatever came upon the tattoo, I sin against Yahweh. I sin against it. So I just hope everybody take their judgment and be strong. Be like Job, because I won't cry. I will never cry. Read. 20.
But the mother was marvelous above all.
The mother was what?
Marvelous.
So look at what the son do. Now we said the mother was marvelous above all. What did she do? Read.
And worthy of honorable memory.
Ready of what?
Honorable memory.
What will your memories be, Michaela? 20 years later from this, when Josiah, come on, Josiah stand, where is he? So where's Sister Grace, Sister Bernard, where they at?
Sister Bernard there.
Alright, so when Josiah stand up 20 years later, what will Josiah make mention of you, Michaela? What do you think you will say? Y'all don't think about stuff like that, right? As a mother and have children, you have to do. Because your children will do whatever you do in life. Because there was nobody to teach me to be a father. So I have to act with my children like how my father would act with me. Do you understand? It's only when I come in the truth now I know how to deal with my daughter. Because I hear other relationship from brothers, mainly Barack. And I see how Barack deal with is. You understand me? Barack will be the nicest. Then you'll see they come to school and Barack kick them out of the house. They have to sleep in the car. And we Barack, what? Barack, baby. But they still it. And I learn and I understand. You understand me? And I see it's not hate. It's discipline. So now when you're gone, you're not here no more. What will they say about you? Like today, they going to keep church 20 years from this. I definitely will not be here. I will be the spiritual realm of YAHAWAH I come back. Definitely. So when they hear and Christian up here and say just here read, and they're reading, what will they talk about or talk to us? Do you think they will tell everybody nobody sleep? They might tell them don't sleep in church. My talk about when I'm going to sleep in church. Do you think they're going to say that? So what will they say about you? Oh, you are with them. Because the mother don't want to be what? Just imagine a mother see 7 sons die. Which man would stand for that in Ghana? Just to eat pork. Just to eat piece of pork chop. You see, in life, each one of you will have choices you have to make. And that choice will depend on how your future ends. Do you understand me? And we don't have to be emotional about nothing. That there is nothing personal. But everything that happens comes from judgment of Yahawah. Everything is of Yahawah. So God better have better relation with them to be, for your name to be mentioned positively. Now, when I was doing things, I wasn't doing things to say somebody will do it. I was learning. And then my learning take me so far that when I go to the summits, I only hear, he's the first one that went to Basra. Petra, he's the first one that went to Petra. Then brother start to write book and write, but talk to a report from Basra is this. I said, yeah. I start to hear myself in rap song. I said, oh, really? You understand me? So you create a legacy. So let's hear this mother legacy. Read verse 20 again, sir.
But the mother was marvelous above all.
Read.
And worthy of honorable memory.
Read.
For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of 1 day.
Look at this. You take 7, 10, 70. So you take at least 50 years to raise 7 children. And one day all the sons went die. What did she do, sir?
For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of 1 day, she bare it with a good courage.
Read what?
With a good courage.
Read on.
Because of the hope that she had in the Lord.
Look at this. Only thing could comfort this mother was what?
Courage.
If anybody you hear, man, you hear your son or daughter die today, would you even eat? Would you even eat?
Yes, I would eat. Yes, I would.
Would you cry?
Yes, I would.
I would send you home. I would send you from here. Hanukkah, read the last, everybody get it, read the last paragraph. Therefore, everybody get it, read the last paragraph. Read it from the top again, quickly, Rahash.
From the top.
Yes, sir.
After this, the sons of Israel went up to the temple.
Read.
And rebuilt its gates and purified the temple.
Read.
From the dead bodies and from the defilement.
Read on.
And they sought after pure olive oil.
What kind of olive oil?
Pure.
Read on.
To light the lamps therein.
So that's why I use olive oil like some. I use frankincense like some. And I light some with candle. Read on.
But could not find any.
They could not find no olive oil. Read.
Except one bowl.
Except what?
One bowl.
Read.
That was sealed with the signet ring of the high priest.
Read.
From the days of Samuel.
From the days of who?
Samuel. The
So they
prophet.
have olive oil 500, 600 years before. Read on.
And they knew that it was pure.
Read.
There was in it enough oil to light the lamps therein for 1 day.
So it was only oil to light it for 1 day. Read on.
But the God of heaven, whose name dwells there, put therein his blessing, and they were able to light from it 8 days.
Because miracle happened before Yahawaah. Miracle happened from before Moses. Read on.
Therefore, the sons of Hashmonai made this covenant and took upon themselves a solemn vow.
Read.
They and the sons of Israel, all of them, to publish amongst the sons of Israel,
Read.
to the end that they might observe these 8 days.
So when it said to the end, meaning all Israel should observe this what?
8 days of joy and honor.
What kind of day?
Of joy and honor.
Read on.
As the days of the feast,
Read.
written in the book of the law.
Read.
Even to light in them so as to make known to those who come after them,
So you have to teach your children. Read.
that their God worked for them salvation from heaven.
Read.
In them, it is not permitted to mourn.
It's not what?
Permitted to mourn.
It's not what?
It's not permitted
So
to
you
mourn.
go to your house, if your husband wants to come with you, you all go to your home. And that goes for anybody. Read.
In them, it is not permitted to mourn,
Read on.
neither to decree a fast.
So you have to eat, man. And guess what? It's 8 days. It's 8 days. Because I know when somebody lose somebody, you look like terror, mother, dad, they don't eat, you look washed up. Do you understand me? Read on.
Neither to decree a fast
Read.
on those days.
Read.
And anyone who has a vow to perform, let him perform it.
So you dedicate your vow to me to Yahweh. Shout and mash your church. We don't have time for crying. You don't cry for him when you're alive, when you cry for him when you're dead. So continue, read 21.
21.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language.
So she exhorted her son. When they say own language, mean Hebrew. Because when the Greeks came in the land, they said we have to speak what language? Greek. So the woman, it was a total disrespect not to speak Greek. So she started to say, Shema Yesharela Yahawah Alanawa Yahawah Akkad. She started to talk to them. She greeted all her son. She said, this one was for this cause. He used to bring me water. He said, this one used to be a good cook. This one loved the mother. This one this one that. Read on.
Yea, she exhorted every one of them in her own language.
Mm-hmm.
Filled with courageous spirits.
Mm-hmm. So she was upright. Mm-hmm. And you know why this woman was happy? Why, man? They died in honor. They died. Even the white man law said, never shoot a man in his back. It's a coward who kill a man in his back. So if you go to court and you shoot a man in his back, the sentence is more than you shoot him face to face. Do you know that? If you killing a man only, you say you're committing murder, you're killing a man. And if you shoot him in his back, the sentence might be more than you shoot him in his face. So the mother said, I raised good boys. Never raised no punk, no dude. Boy, I raised strong sons. So she was happy on the way her sons gone. Strong black woman, strong mother. So she raised men. Read?
Filled with courageous spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach,
Mm-hmm.
she said unto them.
And when she said manly stomach, what that mean? Womanish thought with her manly stomach, what that mean? Huh? What's a manly stomach? Big belly. So she wrapped it. She strapped her belly. Because all men come from her stomach. So she tied the strap. Just like y'all wear cloth in Ghana. You think cloth is for you, right? Or a woman back then, so she tied the cloth in her belly. You understand me? Because that's where the children come from, her paps. Right? Read on.
With a manly stomach she said unto them,
Mm-hmm.
I cannot tell how he came into my womb,
Mm-hmm.
for I neither gave you bread nor life,
Read.
neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you.
So you see that? She wrapped her belly. And now she's because if the Bible tells you, when a woman loses a child, she felt it in her stomach. Do you understand? So she wrapped her belly and she talking to it now. She say, hey, I don't know you reach there, but we know the husband put them there. She said, I never give you hands or mouth or head, but God gave it. Right? Read on.
But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man,
So who create man? Yahawah. Read.
and found out the beginning of all things,
Mm-hmm.
will also of his own mercy give you bread and life again, as you now regard not your own interest.
Hey, all right, go.
But doubtless
The creator.
the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man,
Mm-hmm.
and found out the beginning of all things,
Mm-hmm.
will also of his own mercy give you bread
Mm-hmm.
and life again,
Read.
as ye now regard not your own selves
Read.
for his law's sake.
So you see, the man never regard their own self, but they regard the laws of God. Read on.
Now, Antiochus,
Antiochus. Yeah, remember that devil name. Read.
Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech,
Read.
whilst the youngest was yet alive,
Read.
did not only exhort him by words,
Read.
but also assured him with oaths
Read.
that he would make him both a rich and a happy man,
Real?
if he could turn from the laws of his fathers,
Real?
and that also he would take him for his friend,
Really?
and trust him with affairs.
Look at this. So 7 persons. Stand up, 7 people. Sister Mary, Joanna, Michaela, Deacon 2. That's one. Captains and 1. That's 7, right?
Yeah.
6 persons sit. 6 persons sit. So 1 sit. 6. Sit. 6 persons sit. So the 6 are dead now, right? Captain leave. Nana come and say, Captain, I'm giving you the entire kid goose. All the goals what's in it. You're going to be my friend. You're going to be my buddy. Just do what I said. And your mother sitting there looking at me. But remember, I killed 6. 1 is still there. So Captain have a choice to make, right?
Right.
They dead already. You don't have to die to me. Just take all what I'm giving to you. Do you see how the nation treat us? They treat our politicians same like that today. They treat our politicians same like that today. We overthrow one leader, you just come, you will be my friend. You send your children to my country for school, free, with friend, with buddy. That's how they treat all the politicians. Do you understand me? All right, sit. Read on. Verse 25.
But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him,
Read.
the king called his mother.
So the young man said, go and lift yourself. Read.
The king called his
And that
mother.
was the last son. The youngest one he owned back. Read.
The king called his mother
Mhm.
and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life.
Look at this. They call the mother now. They say, Mom, tell your son you don't have to die. We give him this deal, Mom. Read.
And when he had exhorted her with many words,
Read.
she promised him that she would counsel her son.
Read on.
But she bowing herself toward him, laughing the poor tyrant to scorn.
So what she was doing after losing 6 sons? She was laughing. She said, no, I don't want to talk to him. And then she was just laughing. Read.
Laughing the poor tyrant to scorn.
Read.
Spake in her country language on his
Hebrew again. Read.
Spake in her country language on this manner. Oh, my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee sack 3 years, and nourished thee
How much years he given breast for?
3 years.
So because back then in the days, the child never used to eat nothing until after a year. The child only had to suck milk for a year. Right? Read on.
And gave thee, sack thee 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age,
Read.
and endured the troubles of education.
So you see that even by teaching your children, it was a struggle. And you send them to school, they come back like I should have. Isabella. And don't mention Shamak name. You need to pay back the father everything what he given to send it back to school. Read on.
I beseech thee, my son,
Read.
look upon the heaven and the earth,
Read.
and all that is therein, and consider that God made them of things that were not,
Read.
and so was mankind made likewise.
Because there was nobody before Adams. Read on.
Fear-
I use the word Adams. Read.
Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren.
What a mother telling a child like that? Take this death. That's motivation speech. That's why these women pray. And some of you here will not be praying. Read on.
Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren.
Read on.
Whilst he was yet speaking these words, the young man said, Whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandments.
So you hear what the son said?
Mm.
Why are you coming to me with this? He would be a traitor forever. The son said to the mother, why are you telling me these things? I'm not going to listen to the king's commandment. Read.
I will not obey the king's commandments, but I will obey the commandments of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses.
Read.
And thou, that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews,
Read.
shall not escape the hands of God.
Read on.
For we suffer because of our sins.
So why you are suffering? And all these people was judged for their sin. And you have the liberty to go to YAHAWAH now, for not to be judged of yours. But you're not repenting and you don't want to be judged. This is a selfish God. Selfish. Read.
For we suffer because of our sins.
Mm-hmm.
And though the living God be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction,
Read.
yet shall he be at one again with his servant.
And we waiting on that day. Barakata Yahweh. Read.
But thou, O godless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause,
Mm-hmm.
nor puffed up with uncertain hopes,
Read.
lifting up thy hand against the servants of God.
Verse 35.
For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of Almighty God,
Mm-hmm.
who seeth all things. For our brethren,
What verse you at?
35.
36. Let me see that.
For our brethren,
Mm-hmm.
who now have suffered a short pain,
Mm-hmm.
are dead under God's covenant of everlasting life.
Read.
But thou, through the judgment of God, shall receive just punishment for thy pride.
And that's why the white man paid shall be double. When you read Revelation 18, 6, 5 and 6. Double. Read.
But I, as my brethren, offer up my body and life for the laws of our fathers,
Read.
beseeching God that he would speedily be merciful unto our nation,
Read on.
and
So you
that
see who I'm praying for?
the nation,
Read.
and that thou by torment and plagues mayest confess that he alone is God,
Read.
and that in me and my brethren the wrath of the Almighty, which is justly brought upon all our nation, may cease.
Read.
Then the king, being a rage, handled him worse than all the rest.
Look at this. Because he was the one who get the deal. The king deal with him worse than everybody else. Read on.
And took it grievously that he was mocked.
Read.
So this man died undefiled and put his whole trust in the Lord.
Read.
Last of all, after the sons, the mother died.
Read.
Let this be enough now to have spoken concerning the adulterous feast and the extreme tortures.
Read on.
Chapter 8.
Yeah, that's it. So you see that. So this now is where we're going into. This is what Hanukkah represents, brothers and sisters. It's not something like it. So even for the Most High, remember our cry after I see all these things. The Most High uplift us, and the Most High put us back as we conquer them. And believe it or not, Judah Maccabees did worse to them than they did to us. When I read Psalms 137, David said, Happy Z, you take thy little one and dash his head against the wall. When I read Isaiah 14:22, he said, prepare slaughter for their children. Get that and read it for me. Isaiah 14:22, the last one. So you see, this here is about triumph. But now, what we have to triumph with is yourself. You understand me? So these feast days is not lightly. And we keep talking about it. After every feast day, everybody go back to do what they were doing. Continue. And see how far that puts you. Because as I said, we take the Most High for granted. We take him for granted. We don't fear the Most High. Do you understand it? We don't fear. So now the Most High gave us laws, statutes, commandments, and what? Judgment. So whatever judgment the Most High send, I will take it. I will take it. But everything he said, I will take it. And as I always said, if it's not this life, it's the next one. But I'll be back again. This is not my first entrance on this earth. I know. I've been here before. I've been in the same situation before. It's not your first entrance on the earth. And whatever you're wrestling with now, you're wrestling with it. What are you not doing outside? You're wrestling with it again. You understand me? This is the, every regeneration, you come back to be right. You come back to say, let me do better than the last. If you think this is your best, what can I say? I don't reach my limit. I don't reach my limit. Huh? If this is the best you can do, if this is all you can do, it's up to you. But I still have places I have to go. I have people I have to preach. For the past 3 years, my traveling ain't do that much. It's time to take it back up. We know you have from the Lahaj.
Isaiah 14:22. For I will rise up against
21.
21. Prepare slaughter for his children.
So this is Isaiah saying. He said, prepare slaughter for his. You don't know who he's talking about. But he said, prepare, hope, keep, and think about killing for some children. Why?
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
For what?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For what?
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For the sin that their father have committed. The children now must pay. Because the only reason you poor, why? Because the white man take everything from your fathers. Before slavery, was Africa in depression? Was Africa in poverty? Before slavery, Africa wasn't poor. That's why everything that the white man need, he has to come here for it. They need gold. They need all these things. They have to come to Africa for it. They even need slaves. They have to come to Africa for it. So before, Africa never knew what poverty was. So the Most High said, no, prepare slaughter for the children, for the sin of their fathers. Read on.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
Read.
That they do not rise.
They don't come up. Read on.
Nor possess the land.
They possess the land. They possess in Africa now, especially the Chinese, and especially Nigeria. In China, the Chinese teaching the Ruba in their school in China. And just like I tell you, and no school thing in Ghana you have mind, how to mind. It's a subject in China. China don't have nothing to mind, but they teach it in school because they have to come to Africa to mind. And technically, which country, let me see if is the richest country in Africa? The richest country in Africa. Which country, actually? Sister Joanna, what's the richest country in Africa? Zaman. The richest country in Africa with resources. What country have more resources than any other country in Africa?
South Africa.
Who?
South
Someone.
Africa.
Hawa. Congo. Congo have more resources, minerals and everything than any other country have. Not Ghana. Not South Africa. Okay? It's one Congo. What can I go to? because the Belgium divided it up, it's two. It's one Congo. Just like there's no country named Nigeria. Nigeria is a part of Ghana. Ghana is not Ghana alone. Ghana stretched all the way to Guinea. Yeah, the whole empire. Where Massa Musa rule. Mali, everything is in one. So if you go in the Bible, you're not going to find all these countries. Most I might give you one region. You understand me? But you're not going to find all these countries. So brothers and sisters, as we do, we enjoy peace of life, peace of Hanukkah. Huh? So, any questions before we close? I know that Sister Banna has a question, so when she come back to the table. So with that, Mr. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. So the question with the richest African country, yeah, I shared some couple of weeks ago, and it was South Africa. I don't know if it is currently.
Because they say they have the #1 gold in the world. But apart from gold, what South Africa produce? Because South Africa is still poor and Ghana was the second best economy in Africa. That was 2-3 years ago. It might change now. But apart from gold, what else South Africa produce? Yeah, because they said the great gold what they have is different from every other else gold. You understand me? Because last year, for the past 10 years, Ghana is the second most producer of gold in Africa. And the only country that beat them was South Africa. You understand me? Because the gold in South Africa controlled by Jewish people. Who control the gold in Ghana? Who? No. Where do Ghana refine the gold? When Ghana get the gold, they have to send it somewhere to refine. What country they send it to? Who? Who? Yes, France. So when Ghana get the gold, Ghana have to send it to France. When France refine the gold, France sell it back to Ghana. Ghana have to pay them. So you don't have to pay somebody to refine it. So you think France going to refine it for free? Yeah, when Ghana get the gold, Ghana have to send the gold to France. When they send the gold to France, France have to refine it, then Ghana have to pay to get it back. So even if France takes some from it, you'll never know. Because in Kuma, they want to make a gold refinery, and the British stop it. Do you understand me? Because right now, you have a country that was worse than Ghana. In the next 3 years, going to be richer than Ghana. 2 countries, rich too. Nigeria and who else? Burkina Faso, they make their own gold refinery. They started already. And let me show you how politics wicked. Burkina Faso is a walk away, right? France, you have to take a plane, right? Wouldn't it be easy for Ghana to go to Burkina Faso to refine the gold? They might still go. Because Nigeria sells gas. But Ghana will never buy Nigeria gas. Ghana buy gas from Saudi Arabia. Then they sell it to England. So they don't get much from it, if you understand what I'm saying. They don't get nothing from it. France sell it back to them. They have to pay France to refine it. France have 3 gold refineries, and France don't have gold. So no Burkina Faso. They might even start bridge already. Yeah, they said they start bridge because he went with Russia and China. He's doing highways. He started his gold refinery. Supposed to see the gold refinery. And what is that one name? Niger?
Nigeria.
Their economy better than Ghana economy, right? Yes, they're doing the same thing. Yes, military. But the thing is, military takeover is one. But the Burkina Faso leader is 35. He's young. So when he go to Russia, he make a speech like, the people of my generation, they're asking why all our leaders have to go to Europe to beg money when we have so much resources. You know, the leader there even giving out free food in school and everything, right? Yeah, free education, everything. Because he said, no, don't leader no money. So if something like that should happen in Ghana, and Ghana said, we don't have to pay France, we don't have to pay nobody, Ghana will be rich too. But don't say, DNA will come for you. You understand me? But the only thing I'm seeing in the world with leaders, there's nobody yet the Most High put the Spirit on to lead with the Most High Spirit. You understand me? Because although all these countries, they were doing the right thing for black people, but they still have no defense. Because I don't know how much you know about the Americas. There's a country named Venezuela. They're rich in oil too. And there's something with Venezuela. The point of the earth where they located at, Venezuela get lightning more than any other country on the planet. You been there already? So that's South America. So Venezuela, along with the next country named Guyana, they fighting the war right now. Yesterday in Venezuela, he took another plane out the sky, killed some of Guyana military men. Right? So when Venezuela did that, America sent 10,000 troops in Guyana. It's war over there. Yeah, America sent 10,000 troops into Guyana. So I know a lot of people mix up Ghana and Guyana. They have the same color flags too. But the only thing, Ghana have the black star on it. But they have the same red, yellow, and green flag. Israelite, shalom. When I grow up, I want to be like you. Can I? Right? So Venezuela. So right now it's war on that hemisphere too. So America now, because what Venezuela did, they find a new oil mine. But they find the oil mine on Guyana territory. So it's just a spring. The water is like this. Venezuela, Guyana. So Venezuela found the oil mine here. So America went down there. America said, listen, we'll be your military. So now you're about to be all out war. Because Venezuela don't like America.
Yeah.
You understand? Because Venezuela have more oil than Saudi Arabia.
Venezuela is giving Jamaica oil and America took it off.
America sabotage it. So Venezuela can't make no money. Nobody buying their oil. So it's supposed to be tension everywhere. But the righteous will overcome. You understand me? One thing we have to understand. This year, just as I said on the radio took yesterday, it will be worse. This year, gonna be what?
Worse.
America just put out a message, said, they've never been under so severe terror tests before. They said they're under threat from every angle for all what is going on in Palestine. So everything's gonna be worse. So everything is in our hand in terms of we can do what we think is best, and we can do what's best for the nation or individual. Okay? Right, with that we say Shabbat Shalom. And somebody just texted me and said, Ghana only get 12% money from the gold. So 82%, 88% away.